right, Keffels. This week the other big thing that happened was Keffels did a stream. I guess what happened is that Keffels saw my stream on him and said, "This is fucking easy. If Josh Moon of the Kiwi Farms can do a 2-hour live stream and get a bunch of viewers to watch that, I can also do a live stream on internet drama and get a bunch of viewers to watch that." So his attempt of doing a live stream, he said it's a big drama bomb that's going to rock the drama community, not drama, but like political commentary on Twitch, the political commentary community on Twitch to its foundations, he said. And his stream was 7 hours long, and I listened to that on 2x on YouTube all the way through. And to give you a brief synopsis, Keffels basically went over what he believed to be the history of the Kiwi Farms, and he got basically everything wrong. Kind of hard to go into detail with, just like, I don't know where he got it from. I guess he read it on like Washington Post or some shit. But like he got basic shit on like why the forum even started wrong. But his whole reason for doing this, his whole reason for iterating over the history of the site as he understood it, was to get to the point where he could take shots at Destiny. And he did. And he tried to tie the Kiwi Farms and me and Destiny together in one big happy umbrella. And there are some clips of that, which I will now play for you. And actually, let me try to close out of shit real quick. I know it's kind of my Mozilla is just shitting itself. I really don't know what the fucking issue is here. It's because I have too many tabs open, I guess. I don't know. It's literally just dying in front of me. Okay, I don't have any choice here. I'm just gonna have to deal with it. It records fine. It's just like when I see it, it's like freaking out on me.
Christine and her elderly parents. Their goal was to make Christine's life a living hell, all for their own entertainment. Well, the actions were fundamentally the same as the ones taken on 4chan. The iron sight focus of Kiwi Farms would bring a new terror. However, this attitude would soon shift.
By the way, he's reading off a script here. You should never do that. When you are live streaming, you don't want to read off a script. I've done that before early on. I wrote things out kind of. It's better to have bullet points so that you have the information there and then sew it together in your own head, as you go along, so it sounds more natural.
Two main figures: Champton, the founder, and Null, the host.
That is correct.
Well, Champton was active when the forums opened in 2012. As the years progressed, his involvement diminished until February 2015, when he fully resigned, leaving full control to Null.
Champton and the other admins had basically dropped out by 2014, just to clarify.
Null,
but they kept their admin tags until they resigned formally.
Otherwise known as Joshua Moon, had been talking of shifting focus from just Christine for a while. However, in 2014, Christine's house would burn down. Having had his own house burned down as a child, Moon felt sympathy. The board seemed to share a similar sentiment, and this, along with taking full control, set the stage for the site's evolution.
That's wrong. Like, nobody had anything out against Chris, just as a general basis. When Chris had a house fire, people pitched in to give him like socks and cat food and shit. My house fire happened when I was 17, and this had happened when like a couple years into the site's history, so it was only like a couple years ago. I did not have like some huge change of heart about Chris just because of the house fire. This was also not the reason why the site became more about other people. It was because we had Deagle Nation up at the same time. And I realized that through Deagle Nation that the site could be much broader than just about Chris.
They would no longer focus solely on Chris Chan, but expanded their stalking and harassment to new targets. The site adopted its new name, and from here Kiwi Farms was born. Their new targets, who they call lol cows because they can be milked for laughs, would embody those who they called the freaks of society.
Correct.
Neurodivergent people, overweight people, transgender people, and anyone else who couldn't stand up to the scrutiny of an entire website of stalkers. Their stalking and harassment takes many forms: doxing, publishing private information.
Hey, I just realized Lucas has that dead-eye stare that I learned about today. I wonder if his egg is cracking. Do you think he's going to tune out?
Up anything they find embarrassing, posting phone numbers, emails, places of employment. A subset of them, usually called A-logs, will take it upon themselves to harass targets by flooding comment sections of their targets with provocative phrases to anger them, and in some cases will call places of employment in attempts to get them fired. They send death threats, impersonate people in their lives, sometimes even going as far as to pretend to be sympathetic to the target to extract more information to continue the harassment and ridicule them. Where this harassment is mostly online, is extended to the real world, harassing them on the street, stalking them in real life. The site has a culture of contact, no contact. They provide all the tools and information to make a target's life miserable and then tell them not to do it. What KiwiFarms does is essentially giving a hungry man food and telling him not to eat it. They know it will be used, but want to wash their hands. It doesn't stop at the target, however. They will carry out these same actions on those around the target, continuing the doxing, the harassment, and pain on them for the crime of being associated with the victim of stalking.
This is complete bullshit, by the way. Like, it's literally ingrained into the zeitgeist of the community that you should not fuck with people. You shouldn't get involved. You shouldn't fuck with people. If you feel compelled to contact police or animal, welfare, you should do that on your own. You should not be posting about it to get kudos from people. You should just do it. If you're that concerned, you should do it for the reward in and of itself of trying to do something. You should not have to do it so that people in the forum will commend you for doing it. Like, that's the bar for it. So, I don't know, when people say it's like, oh, it's like look but don't touch, but haha, do whatever you want. It's really not. People don't want you to. When someone is like, it's not. I don't know how many times I have to explain this. If someone is crazy and they do stupid stuff and they break their arm because the stuff they're doing is stupid, then it's funny. Like, Pamper Chew microwaves his own diapers full of shit and then wears his used shitty diapers, and then he got cancer. And it's like, I bet you that's because he wears microwave shitty diapers, and that's funny. But if you inflict pain on somebody, then it's not funny. If someone's just sitting there minding their own business and you take a bat or a metal rod and you break their arm or you inject them with something to give them cancer because you don't like them, that's not funny. Like, if that's what it humors you, you're not using the KiwiFarms. You're just going out and you're setting homeless people's tents on fire, or you're like putting glass in sandwiches and trying to feed people in the street. That, like, you're not on the forum. You're just a psychopath fucking with people, and that's easily understood by everybody. But for some reason, Troons really love to pretend that no, really, it's a place to fuck with people, and it's just not.
They go after family, friends, and even children. Something they explicitly allowed after a vote on the matter. One instance saw them doxing a 5-year-old boy and creating a gallery of images of the child using family photos. All of this is an attempt to isolate their target, drive those close to the target away from them, and create an environment of loneliness and desperation. This serves the final purpose of KiwiFarms, the death of their targets. To this day, there have been 3 confirmed suicides as a result of KiwiFarms.
That number is always different.
They are keenly aware of this, and some users have kill counts in their profile descriptions because participating in the threat of someone who has actively taken their own life is seen as a badge of honor on the site.
By the way, he sighs throughout the entire thing.
So, for instance, this is what one of the kill counts looks like.
It's Smutley. He posted Smutley's avatar. I like the title, KF kill count post.png. And the awkward silence, like, oh my god. So dark, man. So scary. Okay, then they go into different people who allegedly killed themselves because of the forum. And I can actually explain what actually happened with all of this. I won't play them. Um, Julie Terryberry lived in a shed in Canada, and they lived. She lived. She's not a tranny actually, with her boyfriend, and her boyfriend would constantly threaten to leave her. Her boyfriend was much older than her. She was financially dependent on him, and he basically whored her out. She has nudes out because he would pimp her out on like the community pages of Pornhub or whatever, and that's how he made money with her. And whenever he threatened to leave, because she was already like, how's she gonna get like a decent life with somebody else when her porn's out there, and she has she has a bad relationship with her parents. She relied on her grandmother for some money. She lived with this guy, and every time he threatened to leave, she would threaten to kill herself. One day he leaves, and she kills herself, and that is blamed on, to this day, years later, is blamed on the KiwiFarms, and not the guy that pimped her out to Pornhub for money. And what's funny is that, not funny really, but the guy that she was dating was posting on the forum at the time. And after she died, he posted about how it was our fault that she died, even though she officially blamed him for it and threatened to kill herself because of him. He came up to the forum and immediately blamed the forum for it. And he accepted no responsibility for driving this woman to suicide. Chloe Segal I did a stream on. They were a video game developer. They didn't really make anything of note, but when they killed themselves, they killed themselves in the most spectacular way. They doused themselves in petrol and set themselves on fire, and they read a manifesto before they died. And unfortunately, the manifesto that they had set on the ground before them blew away, because when they lit themselves on fire, the fire kicked up turbulence in the air, and it blew all the paper away. And there's no online copy of the manifesto. And so all that's left in regards to their manifesto is firsthand accounts. And the firsthand account said that Chloe talked about mental health in the United States and homelessness, because Chloe had just been evicted by their other transgender roommates because Chloe was extremely abrasive. They had been evicted from everyone they've ever lived with because they were just hard to live around. And then when they were homeless and had nowhere to go, basically, and people were refusing to help them at all, then they killed themselves. And that got blamed on the KiwiFarms because nobody wanted to take responsibility. And the forum was a easy target for that. One person not mentioned, they said 3. Usually the number is 4. The 4th person blamed on the forum is another transgender person involved in Trans Lifeline. They did not have a thread on the forum, and their spouse was also trans and posted on the forum. And when this person committed suicide, they overdosed. And in their suicide note, and this is the only person besides Bu to explicitly blame the forum. They mentioned that the KiwiFarms was at fault, but they said it like this: I don't want to live in a world with Donald Trump as president and places like the KiwiFarms on the internet. That was like their statement. Donald Trump was mentioned. So the Donald Trump was as much at fault as the KiwiFarms was. But when this person killed themselves, the owner, Greta Gasava of Trans Lifeline, which I also did a stream about, blamed the forum for the death. And the spouse of the person who killed themselves said that it was not the KiwiFarms' fault, insisted anytime that this was mentioned by Greta that they would not use this person's suicide as a card against the KiwiFarms, and Greta continued to use it and explicitly said, stop commenting on my posts. I know that you're heartbroken that they killed themselves or whatever, but the KiwiFarms is at fault. She just completely said, fuck you. And the really fucked up thing about that was that the person who killed themselves called in to Trans Lifeline several times and said that there was almost nobody on the line ever. Every time they called in for help, it went to a message box or like a robodialer that said, sorry, no one's available, take your call. And that's actually, I remember the message for when you called this suicide prevention hotline when there was no operators was literally just like, sorry, There's no one available to take your call. Try again later, question mark. And then it just hangs up on you. Like, hey, maybe call this other lifeline instead. Like, I'm sure you had to pay extra per month for the premium package with the custom no operator line. And they didn't want to do that. So it just said, try again later, question mark. And that was it. And then they killed themselves, and that's our fault too. But Keffels had the dignity not to include that one. And then Bu, who's still alive and well in Serbia with Hitler and Tupac, and who else is alive and well in Serbia? Quite a few people. It's a nice club there. You should visit. Elvis, that's right, Elvis, Hitler, Tupac, and Bu. the big four. Oh jeez. Christchurch. I'll play this.
And now we're going on to what happens next. KiwiFarms is also banned in New Zealand due to the aftermath of the Christchurch shooting. The shooter uploaded his manifesto and shared links to live streams where he would broadcast his massacre of 52 people in 2 mosques. This would lead to 8chan being booted off its host, but KiwiFarms users would take both the manifesto and video of the live stream and redistribute it using their site. The New Zealand police would send a notice to Joshua Moon demanding his cooperation in finding the users responsible for spreading the material. Moon responded by posting a long profanity-riddled rant about how New Zealand was a faggot country and their laws didn't apply to him. As a result, the government ordered all ISPs to block access to KiwiFarms.
I think that this is temporary. I'm pretty sure you can access the KiwiFarms through New Zealand. However, they said faggot. Now's the appropriate time to mention that before the stream even started, they were going to do this on Twitch and YouTube. They were banned from Twitch because the thumbnail for the stream was a picture of Destiny with like the word faggot and tranny and a bunch of other slurs like in the background behind Destiny. And it was framing it like, these are real abusive messages which I've received from Destiny's community. And Twitch looked at this and said, this isn't advertiser friendly. You're banned for a month now. And he's like, no, my stream, I had it all set up. I rehearsed and everything. It's 7 hours long. What do you mean I'm banned before the stream even starts? And there's a resolution to that I'll get to by the end of this.
A block that remains to this day.
That remains to this day. That
the American operator
of that is literally not true. Can I change my proxy to New Zealand and try this? I'll do that on this. I'll do that on my other browser, and then I'll.
A controversial website is smacked down a request by New Zealand police to hand over posts and video links that appeared on the site as the Christchurch terrorist attack unfolded. In an obscenity-laden email, KiwiFarms founder Joshua Moon dismissed the plea by Detective Senior Sergeant John Michael as a joke, labeling New Zealand a small, irrelevant island nation and a shithole country.
Based.
Moon is a former administrator of 8chan, the online message board where shooting accused Brenton Tarrant posted details of his sick plan along with a 73-page manifesto mere hours before allegedly carrying out New Zealand's deadliest terrorist attack. KiwiFarms, 8chan, and a third online message board called Vote are all under investigation by authorities. Moon, an alt-right, anti-feminist, pro-white Trump supporter who claims he set up KiwiFarms for the gossip and exploitation of the mentally handicapped for amusement purposes, published the exchange with Detective Michael without bothering to hide the officers' email addresses.
By the way, if you get an email from I got a follow-up email from their censorship board years later that I read recently on stream. When you get a complaint from them now, it just gives you their first name and badge number, and it comes from like this unified reply system email address. So you no longer get email because of my actions. The government has like set up this ticketing system so that individual officers can't get their email address posted and bombarded with hate mail anymore. he stress sized throughout the entire fucking 7 hours.
I'm gonna like go over that because it's you can look it up yourself if you want. Stardust defended them over Keffels for this. Yes, this is why I fucking like. This is why I lost my shit at Stardust. This is what was being defended. Before he founded KiwiFarms, Moon was sacked as an administrator for 8chan for allegedly promoting pedophilia.
That is not true. This is from the New Zealand Herald. This is like the largest publication in New Zealand. The author of this article writes without fact-checking, without asking me, without any fucking like insight or journalistic integrity, just writes, oh yeah, he was fired for being too much of a pedophile for the pedophile website. It's like, what a sack of shit. Like, every journo is just absolute scum. If you say you're a journo, you might as well just say like, yeah, I'm just a paid full-time smear merchant. All I do is I fucking lie and I get a big fat check for it. I was watching a documentary about Madeleine McCann, and there was a part where they're like talking to the journalists involved, and they say like, I got a call that there was a missing child, so I immediately dropped everything that I was doing and I took a flight over to Portugal, and I drove and I whipped a taxi man with straw and said, drive faster, you fucker, there's a missing white girl and I gotta get there first. It's like utter leeches, just human filth.
He is notorious for his online stalking and harassment campaigns, which have featured threats to rape, murder, and dismember his mainly female victims. In 2016, Moon was linked to a series of online threats to harm children in Florida, where he shares a home with his mother, forcing dozens of schools into lockdown.
It's also, at the time of Christchurch, I was in fucking
and now
Ukraine.
We're going.
I was like 6,000 miles away from the United States, and they just wrote, yeah, he lives with his mom in his mother's basement in Florida, where he's being a super pedophile. It's like, fuck off. You can tell that they're just upset. Call my country a shithole. Oh yeah, you think that New Zealand's a shithole, an irrelevant Pacific Island sovereignty that doesn't matter to anyone? Well, you're a dirty pedophile, and you live in your mother's basement in Florida. And now it's a verified fact that can go on Wikipedia because I wrote it on the New Zealand Herald, a real website. And fuck you, not a shithole.
On to what happens next.
Oh, it ended. That's the end of that clip.
So there. Now you all know.
Shit, sorry. It's
this
really
is
hard
the brief
to deal
history of KiwiFarms. KiwiFarms is a fucking evil website, populated by sociopaths who turn trying to kill people into a game. It's like a puzzle game to them, where they pick a target and they try and figure out exactly what buttons they need to press.
It's like Sudoku.
In order to make someone take their own life. And this leads into what I've wanted to talk about since my 28th birthday on March 25th, but I wasn't able to talk about. In the early hours of March 26th, the night following my birthday, I saw there was a discussion about creating a thread about me on the site. I stayed up all night with my moderator team, attempting to lock out my social media accounts, reduce the amount of information available about me online, and protect my closest friends and family.
By the way,
this
is a revisionist telling of this story. When Keffels got their thread, they went on Twitter and said, you fuckers can't find anything on me. It's already all out there. Everybody already knows. There's nothing you can do. Like, it was just flat out, I'm not afraid of anything. Everything I do is public. And I actually believed him when he said that, to the point where I was kind of lax on archiving shit at first. And then as soon as we find the TikToks where he's like posting misogynistic shit about how much he hates white women, he starts deleting everything. He gets his mom to lock down shit. He's purging all his old tweets. And it's like, oh, bro, I thought you told me, you gave me your word that you weren't going to delete anything because it was all out there anyways. What the fuck? I was legit surprised by how much he was deleting.
Wake up my mother at 5 a.m. to tell her to lock her Facebook account because they figured out how to. Through my father's obituary, they were able to find everyone in my family. And through my mother's account, which was completely private, she had never had to worry about InfoSec before. They were able to get my dead name. They were able to get all my childhood photos. So, like, if you see those childhood photos of me that go around that I quote tweet to laugh at, it's because KiwiFarms dug them up.
Hold up. Here. Jeez. Sorry,
So this is something that I have been.
God, I keep thinking the videos end, and it's literally just he just sits there for 30 seconds, and the AGP brain tries to chunk along to think of the next sentence. This is the tweet I was thinking of. I know a lot of people interacting with me right now are used to being able to make a trans person private their account, but that's not going to happen here. I know I'm right. I stand by my convictions. I love and support my community, and I will not back down. I will win. And then immediately he starts deleting everything and having his family private shit. And it's just like, oh, okay. I guess you're a fucking retard then.
Time. And Destiny has made it significantly worse intentionally.
And his obsession with Destiny is also bizarre. It's like with Ralph's obsession with Jim. It's like every time anything bad happens to Ralph, he says, "What about this? Medicare? What you gotta say about this now?" It's like, wait, why is Jim even involved in this? Why is it the first thing your brain goes to? And then it's like, so then I got doxxed, and my whole family had to private their Facebook account, and now we know that Destiny has been behind it the whole time. It's like, why do you think this? How many more people do we have to dox before you stop blaming Destiny? Okay, what is this? Some kind of game you're playing, bro?
This was May 19th, 2022. This is Winter, by the way. Winter is like, he's an A-log who basically always posts in my thread like every day. Like, it's this huge hobby of him. If you ever get a friend request from him, please just ignore it. He's a stalker. He's rivaling in parasociality to some of my biggest fans.
Do you have anything to say to that? You have a picture.
So it's like Korea, June 2017. Clara Sorrenti making friends in Beijing, China. Pictures can't do the Great Wall justice. It is truly incredible. Getting ready to march with P-Flag at London Pride 2016. Merry Christmas, everyone, 2015. And I still have more photo albums. Guys, sniffle. I grew up poor and I never have time to vacation. And, you know, I mean, it's funny, too, because I never claimed I grew up poor. I just said that I'm from a blue-collar background, and that's true. My dad got his high school equivalency when he was 30. He had dyslexia, and he fixed vending machines for a living. My mom works in a warehouse. Like,
what an
that's
odd
blue collar. They work with their hands.
Like 3 minutes debunking. Like, you're okay, great. Your dad works fixing vending machines. Who gives a shit? Okay, this is
the thread opens.
This is Destiny talking about the thread.
He's talking about it already. Flamenco in the background, because he's boosting Flamenco's video about me. Flamenco has a series of videos about me, completely monetized, using information from my KiwiFarms thread.
Him and literally every other fucking commentary channel on YouTube. Get used to it. I had to.
What if Winter equals Destiny? Does Destiny live in California? Because when Winter signed on to the Keffels.gg to try and harass me, and we got his IP address, it says that Winter lives in California.
So he's trying to say that the A-log in the thread, Winter, is Destiny, like, which is super fucking desperate. And then he admits that he tries to dox Winter, which is just hilarious. You go on this fucking tirade about doxing people, and then you're like, oh, well, we're trying to dox him too. I can promise you that Winter does not live in California, and Keffel should look up what a fucking VPN is at some point in his life.
So I'm assuming no.
You know what? Fuck it, God.
Destiny teased my KiwiFarms thread in this clip. talking about all of the details of my life and how juicy it was. The day the thread was first published. The way Destiny talks about my thread is like he's teasing a movie trailer. He's advertising it. And if he doesn't know that, then he's being incredibly obtuse and irresponsible with the power he wields.
Read it.
Okay, pull up something. And this is the second part. Where Destiny, he actually plays the Destiny clip. Thank you, Tom Myers, for actually fucking cutting out all this white noise. Sorry, it's really
Person facing harsh realities is hard but needed. The online insanity groups.
Hello, everybody. How is it going today? It
got
is Saturday,
balls of
March.
steel.
He just like uses his platform and weaponizes this hate forum that stalks minorities and tries to suicide bait them, successfully having gotten 3 different people to kill themselves.
26, 2022, and we are having just a banger of a day today. I'm going to admit.
Why does DSP throw
had
You were my
the,
favorite
I
streamer.
admit.
a Roman there? Why does he do that?
I'm going to admit. I think I've had
You were my
the,
favorite
I think
streamer.
I've had the
Been a
most.
fan since you destroyed Athens Logic. Thanks for all the content.
Very bizarre. I don't know if there's a point to that. I guess Flamenco talked about him, so I don't know. Flamenco is like going out and like aggressively trying to befriend all these people, and then everyone's like, "Wait a second, Flamenco is just like someone that talks about KiwiFarms shit," and then they have to all eat shit because they know Flamenco.
Considering that Destiny himself is a KiwiFarms user. Here's Destiny's verified KiwiFarms account.
I love how I don't even know what the joke is here, but I have no idea why Destiny's avatar is like this really, really, really fat guy. I don't know if that's something that a moderator put as his avatar or what, but that is his account. I verified it.
78 messages, joined May 2nd, 2018. And here's some other interesting things. Hold on.
It's not saying anything. The time of the music ran out. Okay, this is true. This actually happened at some point, and I haven't even pressed pause. By the way, it's still going. There's just nothing happening. At some point, like 3.5 hours in,
From Destiny's threat.
Keffels just goes, I have to figure this out. I have to go find this clip right now. I'm gonna have to talk to someone and find this clip. And he just gets up. He just gets up. And he stays gone. He stays gone for 30 minutes. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if during one of my people streams, I was just like, wait a second, guys, I'll be right back. And I just get up and I just leave the stream like running with the fucking background and nothing else for 30 minutes. It's the most bizarre thing ever.
Ed.
And this is something he does for a living, by the way. He's a professional streamer. He makes his entire income from Twitch. And he's just like, yeah, sure, I'm just going to go walk away for an hour. I'm going to go take a cig break. I'll be right back.
Him saying, I've known Null for like 6 years, dipshit. We used to play twos in StarCraft 2. He'll have my back 100%. He's one of the most well-connected guys here. So not only is Destiny saying he's known Null for a total of 8 years now, he's saying that Null has his back. "10 years?
Look at the reaction to that in chat, by the way. All the people going like, oh my god, this is such a huge bombshell. Destiny has been exposed as playing StarCraft with the Null. Like, okay, buddy. buddy boy. Okay. It's driving me fucking crazy. I legit. I guess all of his fans are like on the AGP shit too, so they're just like zoned out while nothing is fucking happening during these streams. I'm gonna let this play, I guess, and I'll show you. That's the same. He made a tweet about it, but this is my profile right now.
Hold on, I'm trying to see what these.
Someone made me a nice Zerg mutt, and I changed my thing, which usually just says Upa rating, to Zerg rushing, because I thought that was
Here's
really funny.
Destiny in his
the
log
whole
saying,
like Destiny and Null are like best friends.
If
And I'll
she
get into
wants
that
to
more in
blame
a
my
second.
community, go for it. But she's actually fucking schizophrenic if she thinks even 1% is coming from us, aside from reporting shit. We had him post the thread. Hold on.
What rank was I in StarCraft 2? I think I finished the single player campaign on normal. No, beginner. I finished the single player campaign on like the lowest difficulty possible, and I still had trouble with it.
This is like not even all of it.
That is basically all of it. Destiny posted a couple times in his thread on the forum.
So here's an interesting piece.
He posted like less than 100 times on the forum in his own thread, and commented that the KiwiFarms made a thread on Keffels, and that's like all of his evidence that Destiny is like in bed with me. And that post, which I think Destiny even made to try and cause me problems, because I remember when that got posted, I got tagged like, Josh, is it true that you're gonna sweep it up? You're gonna sweep it up for Destiny? You're gonna sweep it up? It's like, I have never met this person. I have no idea who the fuck they are. I have no idea why they're tagging me. I have no clue what's happening.
Piece of information. This was stuff posted on KiwiFarms by the user Like a Stone.
That's okay. I have had 3 interactions with Destiny. I might have talked to him once on the forum in public. I emailed him once because I had heard, I saw like a bunch of memes saying that he was like a white nationalist. So I joined his Discord, and I was shocked that there was like tranny communists moderating his Discord. And I sent him an email like, why the fuck are there like tranny communists on your Discord? I got banned in like 5 minutes. And then he just sent me like, cool story, bro, laughing while crying emoji, 100% okay hand sign. And I was like, this is bizarre. I sent him another email, which I'll explain in a second. And then, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Next time, this is quote tweeting Destiny. Next time, give credit to the farmers such as Like a Stone. You're stealing content and info from and branding it as your own followers, thief.
Cringe. I can't stop people.
See,
from
he
using
took
information on the
directly from my KiwiFarms thread and then posted it on Twitter.
site. Just like everybody
So
else.
when I say he's engaging with my thread,
Just like you probably do. Just like you all fucking do. I wish I could monetize it. I can't. I just have to deal with it. I have to deal with the fact that everybody else gets to make money off my site except for me. And that's my lot in life. I am bearing the cross, okay? It's true. Cecil does credit the forum.
there are
Turkey
some
Tom
things
does. PewDiePie even did once. That was nice of him.
that I look back on and it makes me realize that, holy shit, so much of what he's done has come directly from this KiwiFarms thread. And I haven't even gone through all the evidence here. Like, we barely even talked about Flamenco and Flamenco's involvement in this.
Oh my god, not Flamenco. Please don't try to associate Flamenco with the KiwiFarms. Anything but that. I beg of you. This fucking guy, dude. Figure out what the fuck you're gonna say.
They start bringing me up in March 22nd. They call Destiny the #1 enemy of Twitter and Discord trannies, posting clips of me. Meanwhile, pro-trans Destiny is being canceled by the very side he's fighting for.
Because he was. Because Destiny literally can't stop sucking tranny dick. and then the trannies hate
Posting
him
all my
and get him
tweets.
banned. That's what people are making fun of him for.
Oh, you like to ratio people? How cute. Someone doxed this tranny faggot. That was on March 24th. Edit, lol, looks like someone already did.
He looks so serious, like his eyes like
Keffels
wide
is a
and shit.
mentally challenged Vosh fan, and I think they were associated with some grooming circle a while back.
It's just their Patreon. It really feels like he just had his Discord kittens through this together, and now he's just like going through all the links they said. Like you can see 100 tabs open on his browser, not organized, and he's just going through like each one at a time, and is seeing one for the first time. He's like, oh, they said this, and then you see they said this, then they said this, and there's just like gaps of like, I have no fucking idea what's happening. I don't know how these things click together. I don't know what information this is supposed to be representing. Like you have to actually sit down, look at everything that there is, organize it in a way, develop a narrative in your head. It's a lot more work than just like cutting on your screen and looking at the articles and going, and then the mean Republicans did this today, and it's such bullshit. It's such bullshit. Trans kids are valid. It'll never be successful just letting your Discord kittens do the work.
Here's Null in Destiny's thread. He posted that everything is one tweet at a time instead of a screenshot because he wanted more likes for each tweet. Twitter has bent this faggot over and fucked his smooth brain until there was nothing left.
He laughed. Listen to it.
Tweet. Twitter has bent this faggot over and fucked his smooth brain until there was nothing left.
Did you hear the laugh? Look at him smiling. The most interesting. Look at him smiling while he thinks about it. Thing about this.
I think this is from Mad at the Internet, which is that's Joshua Moon's podcast.
Whole thing is the person taking credit for getting Destiny banned is this guy named Keffels, who is a Tim. And Keffel said,
that's Nell's voice, and I gotta say, one of the things that made me stop being scared about KiwiFarms is the more they are fucking vicious. And then you find out what they look like and sound like, and they are the most snivelly, pasty little freaks you've ever seen. It's really funny.
Oh no, I take the internet very seriously, and then it turns out that they're just internet people. And there's nothing to be afraid of. But I have to milk this for money anyway, so how do I turn this into a 7-hour stream? I'll just read stuff and pretend it's very serious. And then I'll play maybe 2 minutes of somebody else talking. It says, like this tweet if you trans people for content. Thousands of likes. His followers are going to get mad. Like this tweet if you... I flatter... Just look at this. Look at
Buddy.
Says I have an alluring personality. He reads me calling him a faggot with a smooth brain, and he's laughing because it's funny. And he listens to my podcast and he's like chuckling to himself, like, ha ha, ho ho, the silly person. There is no threat here. I don't know what it is, Chad. Everyone loves actually think trans women are women, let's prove her wrong. And they're obsessed with it. It's just my podcast. I was there when this happened. It's just a subcredit of this. And this is about flamenco
Stuff.
This is the biggest offense of it all. He's just on his phone.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Too late.
This is Flamenco's first post in my thread.
Okay. First post in the thread. First post. Google Drive.
For some reason, I can't zoom in. Is this before or after you say ratios give you power and get people banned online? From some experience, there's a thought...
Zadak Amar says, Josh, if you and the forums are so non-threatening, why is it such an issue? Excellent question. Why do they have to put up this facade of threat if the forum really isn't threatening in and of itself? Great query, great retort to this whole 7-hour long expose. The answer is the forum itself is mostly non-threatening. The issue is that when people can just find your KiwiFarms thread, and the OP is this Wikipedia-linked article explaining allegations of you embezzling money, line crossing in politics, grooming cat boys, sending ambiguously aged people fetish accessories so that they take pictures of themselves wearing it. How you have a sexual partner who brews HRT and tries to send it out to as many children as possible. When you have like all of this information laid out in a coherent, fact-based, evidenced way, it really fucks with your online reputation. When people can go into this website and find archives, so it's not just like a picture, there's also like an independent third-party website that verifies that this is a real thing that happened. When you have video archives of you saying things, it really, really makes it difficult to pretend that you're a good person on the internet. It's not that the forum fucked with your family, though they go to that and they say, look, this website fucks with your family. To try and say, like, this is why everybody involved must be... like any information taken from this has to be, you know, a bad apple from the poison tree or whatever the fuck that expression is. You can't use it. It's forbidden entirely. Anything from the KiwiFarms has to be doubted implicitly because it's just too damaging. And they have to lie and apply ulterior rationale to it to say it's not just that it's, you know, a bad website. It's that they're very dangerous and they lie about everything. So you can't trust it. Don't believe your eyes when you go there. This whole thing is just a facade to say, please ignore my KiwiFarms page.
That creeps into internet content creators' minds when something really pops off. And topic streamers, it's when something happens that causes your live viewers to be 3-4 times your average. The thought is, this is my new normal, along with the delusion that there is something unique about your content outside of the topic that is causing all these eyes to be on you. Keffels might have maybe 15% more average viewers when the novelty winds down, but all the notoriety in the world can't hide how boring she is to listen to.
Which is true.
See, I never really bought that. I never bought the people calling me boring, because if I was so boring, why would they be constantly talking about me?
That's such a cope. That's the same exact fucking cope that Ralph does too. Ralph says this, if I was so fucking boring, then they would be hanging off my nuts all the time. It's like, bro, your streams suck. Your streams are boring. You're incoherent. You can't finish a fucking thought in one go. You leave, you know, mountains of dead air in between everything that you say. And your content is just atrocious. And I have to listen to it on 2x and skip through shit when you just fucking get up and walk outside your house at random points. The reason why people pay attention to you at all is because you fuck up constantly. Ralph fucks up constantly. He gets arrested constantly. He does stupid things all the fucking time, and it's just baffling. It's crazy. And it's fun to watch. Why do people pay attention to Keffels? Because he picks fight with people. He loses. He gets his own Twitch banned. He like is a condensed expression of why people are resistant to the whole trans shit. You have someone who is just like disgusting to look at, disgusting to listen to, who is like pretentious and revolting. And I have a clip that is like, I can't believe, like, with all this scrutiny on you, you're just gonna go out there and say this dumb shit from your own mouth. It's like people listen to you because you prove their point about how you cannot integrate into a functional society because you're just so vile. But they can't accept that. They can't accept that people just like to make fun of them. That's a unanimous cope between everybody. It's never people think I'm funny. It's people pretend that I'm funny, but they hate me because they hate me. It's a ridiculous thing. It's been there since the forum has been around. Even Christian has said that before.
This doesn't make sense.
Okay, I'm done with this. I can't listen to any more of this stream. I've summed it up, and I'm getting bored of listening to the fucking dead air. They then went on to another stream on yesterday, or the day before, and they had a little tard out at this guy, which I'll play.
I mean, that's why I'm less sympathetic about you. It's like, you know this shit. This isn't
the thing
new
is
to
I
you.
feel like you kind of want to start a fight here where I didn't really come here to like defend myself or start a
I
big
kinda wanna
fight or
st-
get
what
into
do
an
you- what do you-
argument. I came on here to just
Dude,
I came on
how
here.
exactly do you think I'm the one starting a fight when you doxed me on your stream?
I'm here to apologize for this after deleting the VODs. As far as my knowledge, there is really no way that this can lead to lasting harm, thank God, because I caught the mistake fast enough to get rid of it. But still, I recognize that I fucked up. I made a mistake. It's not going to happen again. The reason that I feel that you're trying to start a fight is because you keep...
Why is Flamenco TV in your chat right now, by the way?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, I don't know. People can comment in my chat if they would like to.
Imagine
That's
being afraid
not
of
my
Flamenco. Well, why is Flamenco here? Why is he in your YouTube chat? Like, I don't fucking know, because he's got a YouTube account and the shit's public. Why the fuck do you think? He's fucking with you and you respond and you give him special attention. Like, well, you make him money because he plays your clips on your stream and he collects super chats. Then he reads them for 4 hours a day. Like, why the fuck do you think? And it's just like super like this guilt by association shit. Why do you have this guy in your audience? I don't know, because he paid for tickets like everybody else, bro.
Right now. The
Does
thing
he
is that
comment
you're
there
trying to
frequently?
walk away from
Does
the
he
actual.
comment there frequently?
No,
No, okay.
no.
But you're not going to do any job moderating your chat. Like the people
See,
who...
why are wait?
Twitch streamers are the worst.
Yes?
Please,
Yes,
stop.
He's
Stop
like so groveling, like, no, I apologize, and it didn't have any harm. Thank goodness gracious that you were unharmed by my negligence on the stream. It'll never happen again. Please don't be angry at me. It's like, just call him a faggot. Just call him a faggot. You can see in his brain. Look at those dead eyes. That egg crack expression, AGP zombie eyes that he's got going on. Just call him a faggot. I see it written in your brain. It's written all over it. Thinking, God, just shut up. Shut the fuck up.
doing this
Stop
right
what?
now. You're
Stop doing
trying
what?
to do no. You're playing this guilt by association game.
Guilt
Like
by association,
at this point,
you fucking doxed me using my KiwiFarms thread.
So
How are
I
you
get that you're
this-
gonna keep on
how
going
are you
back to
this
this,
much of a
and-
manipulated piece of shit? Like seriously?
the fact that I agreed to come on here to apologize for the doxing
Yes.
thing, and now you are trying to back away from that
trying
and
to
try and
apologize.
implicate me.
Oh
Let
my
me
god, are you really
apologize.
gonna try and be the victim in this situation?
What are you talking about?
What are you
I am
talking
not
about?
trying to be any
Gaslighting me.
victim. I'm trying to
Dude, you're
explain
fucking
that you.
gaslighting me right now.
I have not said anything, Keffels. Are you okay right now?
Am I okay? Dude,
I'm
you're
not
a fucking
gaslighting you.
manipulator. You
I'm
are lying
simply-
to your audience. You are
Okay.
lying to me.
Okay.
Say that you're a soy-filled bitch and you're sorry for doxing me on your stream. What's this guy's name? Hunter?
You're a fucking
Again,
liar, dude.
you being mad at me for the docs, totally valid. That was a fuck up on my part. I take full responsibility. But the problem is that I feel as though you're stepping
problem is
away from the issue of
because
doxing
you're
to
not
try
willing
and fully
to take
implicate me. Hold on,
responsibility
can
for
I?
the entire
can I-
thing. No,
because
shut
I don't,
the fuck
because
up.
I don't need to take
You shouldn't
responsibility for
talk
the entire
because
thing.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Because I don't need to take responsibility for criticizing your dumb tweet
You don't-
beforehand.
you
I don't need to take
doxed
responsibility
me.
for that.
You fucking doxed me, dude.
I take responsibility for that, but
And
you
how
are
are you
trying
gonna
to
take
then criticize me
responsibility
for
for that?
other issues as well.
Exactly. Because if you want to take responsibility for it, why are you not listening about the bigger picture surrounding how you fucked up?
Wait, the fuck up was the mistakenly showing the screen which had the docs on it. The fuck up was not me criticizing you prior.
Yes, that is part of it. Because
No,
if
it's
you're going
not.
to make me look unsympathetic to your audience before doxing me.
First of all, you're
It's
doing a really
going-
good job of doing that yourself right now to my audience.
Oh my god.
Second
you
of all,
love flipping
I was
this shit. You
second of all, I
manipulator.
was literally called.
Aren't you glad that you got in this bed, buddy? Look at that silver play button that you groveled for your entire career. Was it worth it? That now that you have to suck up to these freaks every fucking day? Wasn't it worth it? Was it worth it?
calling
You're a
you out
fucking liar,
for your
dude.
dumbass
You're
tweet
a liar.
that was trying to say
You're
if you
a
criticize
liar.
me or
You have
or make
never
fun of the
told
fact
truth
that I
this
got
entire
banned.
thing, and the
that-
only reason that you're apologizing is because you're like a fucking puppy that pissed on the carpet, and now you're giving me puppy eyes because you know you did something wrong. That's it.
Oh, Okay, I mean, yeah, you
Okay?
can think what you'd like
All
about
right,
me. That's
no, no, no,
fine.
no, no.
But I mean, at the end of the day,
Okay.
it's not really.
You're gonna keep like
it-
doing this like ooh woo shit at me.
I'm
Like,
not
oh,
doing any
okay,
ooh woo shit. I'm trying to stay
okay,
calm, and
okay,
trying to have
I'm
a human face-to-face conversation with you.
Why is this person upset that I doxed them? Are they okay?
Are you?
Shut up.
You're acting
You're a
like
fucking
unhinged
liar.
right now.
I'm
You're
acting
acting unhinged right now.
because you
Yes,
doxed
I
me
came
on
on.
your stream. You fucking cuck.
Okay, so
Jesus
can I ask you a
Christ.
question, please? If I have already acknowledged the mistake I made as far as the doxing thing, why are you trying to tie in the prior criticism that I levied against your tweet to somehow fault me for that as well? Do you want to talk? Oh, she left. She left.
What's really funny is that someone pointed out that Keffel's mic is hitting, is maxing out, and the reason why is because Keffel's usually speaks at like such a soft way that they have their mic set up so that, and this is the thing, because I tend to be too quiet too when I'm on the mic. You set your gain up more when you have a quieter voice, but the problem is that if you do suddenly speak loud, you will max out your mic and it will start to pop like that. Which when he does get that AGP rage going on, when he starts screaming at this guy, it fucks up his mic because he has it set so low. I say she. Look, okay, it's difficult. It's difficult to manage. I wish we didn't have pronouns. I wish we could just call everybody it. It would be way easier. I'm so fucking sick of pronouns. And I hate that if I call someone a he or a they. What's really funny is that I go for the gender neutral they, because that's been a thing since Shakespeare, to just use it singular they as a gender neutral thing. But that pisses off both sides. The she party says, why are you avoiding using her proper pronouns? She's a she. And then the anti correct side, there is no gender neutral they. You have to call him a he. Don't you understand? Stop cucking, boy. It's like, okay, so my neutral to always get it right is just pissing off both sides equally. And I'm so fucking sick of pronouns. Xi Jinping. Ho ho. Ho ho. I am Chairman Xi gendered.
I'm gonna go have a fucking cigarette, honestly. All this shit that's been going on, I started smoking again. It's bad, but I don't give a shit.
I drove you to smoke. Okay, so I mentioned that Keffel's got banned for slurs or whatever in the thumbnail before his stream went live, and he had to broadcast only to YouTube. He appealed to the Twitch hierarchy, and they say, Twitch rejected my appeal. I am banned for another 28 days for displaying a list of hateful slurs that were actually hurled at me by bigots in order to illustrate the kind of harassment I received for being an openly trans Twitch streamer. I have never been this disappointed. Twitch banned one of their biggest transgender streamers from their website for openly talking about the abuse they receive. I do not understand how they managed to fuck up that badly. Well, allow me to explain. Twitch does not care about you. You are worth nothing to them. You are worth literally pennies. The pennies they shave off the super chats you receive is infinitesimal to all the other money they receive from the much bigger creators. The fact that you make any money at all is irrelevant to them. The reason why they promote you is because there is a list of standards set out by an investment firm called BlackRock. BlackRock promotes LGBTQ plus causes and diversity within social media platforms. BlackRock invests money into companies depending on how openly diverse they are. When they provide numbers to BlackRock saying that they have a Twitch streamer with several thousand subscribers, it looks good for their investment portfolio, and their public company gets more shares sold at a higher price to this investment company called BlackRock. However, it is entirely financial to them. They also receive money for advertisers. Advertisers also promote LGBTQ plus inclusive causes, which means not having any kind of slurs or ableist or profane language towards any discriminated category of people. It does not matter that it is a minority group, saying the minority pejoratives like faggot. The fact that you're doing it will piss off the advertisers. It has nothing to do with your cause. It has nothing to do with your freedom of speech. It has nothing to do with you as a person. It is making money from you as much as possible, from as many different sources as possible. In the very nanosecond you threaten that, you are fucking gone, and you will stay gone. And now you are in, if you continue to press it, you try to think, oh, I'm going to be a trans renegade, I'm going to do whatever, you can't silence me. You will find yourself in the same bucket as Flamenco and Destiny and me and everybody else who ever dared to say the word faggot or nigger on a live stream. Have fun with that. And here is Keffels talking about baby penises for 2 minutes straight.
Here, then, is something a bit more solid than when they promote equity as an answer to the question, when does the left go too far? When it insists that the surgical mutilation of children has become a moral necessity.
It is. It is. We are going to remove every penis from every child, and every child that does not have a penis, we are going to stick that penis onto that child, and we are going to take the balls from the one child, we're going to stick them on to the children without balls. We are going to remove and or put on penises on all the children. It is a moral necessity. We're going to get all of our axioms fired up. It's going to be very, it's going to be good. We're going to return to a better place in society. We are going to butcher all the children. Every child, you know what? We're going further than that. For every child that doesn't have a penis, we are going to chop 2 penises off of children that have penises, and we are going to attach 2 penises per one child that doesn't have a penis to make up for all of the lost time that child did not have a penis.
Bam! Just like that. That's all there is to it, Dustin. That's all there is to it.
That's 58 seconds. I overestimated it by a minute. Yeah, I mean, it really is a question why people don't like you. It really just jogs the nog, as they say. Okay, so this is Keffels talking about Destiny and saying what we've already covered, that Destiny said that we play StarCraft 2 together. I showed my profile where I have my nice Zerg set up. And it was kind of like, there's a lot of things I could do to have fun with this. I could call the forum the Destiny forum, the Destiny farms, put the Destiny's professional headshot thing up on the logo or whatever. I could just have fun with it. Problem with that is I don't like Destiny, and I would never, I can't have fun with Destiny because I think he's fucking vile. And I will explain why. And this just shows you that I'm fair. I made fun of Keffels, I can make fun of Destiny too, right? There's no pay for play here. Here's a tweet by Destiny, literally hours before Keffels' stream went live. Max Carson, who is a pedophile who sang a song called I Am a Pedophile, and who made a video about how he wants to fuck all the little girls and cuties, also known as Mr. Girl, made a poll, and the poll is very creepy and says, poll for women. What age did men start ogling you, flirting with you? 11 to 12, 13 to 14, 15 to 16, view results. Courtney says 10. And the Omniliberal, who is Destiny, says, you were hot at 10, any pics? Courtney says, check DMs. And then Destiny replies, says, Jesus, I've never wanted to bend someone over the hood of their little tykes so bad. Clearly a joke. I don't care. This tweet was deleted after I made a big long post saying that Destiny should be set on fire. And but it is real. I have a screenshot of it, and this is in the archive, so you can verify it for yourself if you want to. This is Destiny next to a Tim. Destiny has spent his entire career sucking up to trannies and progressives and other freaks on the internet. He considers himself a progressive. He always supports trans rights. He has literally spent his entire life deplatforming people to the right of him and supporting freaks like this and freaks like Keffels. He has enabled them to do what they do, and he is a cuck. And he made this ridiculous video saying like, I'm confident in my girlfriend. I know she loves me. She thinks I'm a cool fucking person. So she goes out there and she fucks other guys. But I know at the end of the night she's coming home to me. And then everyone called him a cock. And now he copes and he says that actually I'm the one who's smashing so much box. This open relationship is working in my favor because I go out and I smash that box on the reg, bro. Like I just smash it. And I'm cucking her if you think about it, which is also not acceptable. So he's associated very, very tightly with Max Carson. He's basically made Max Carson his protege. I hinted that I had a second email conversation with Destiny. When I first heard that he was basically sucking Max Carson's cock and getting in on his little cuties club, I sent him an email. I said, what the fuck are you doing, you retard? And he's just like, I just think he's a funny guy. He's a funny and intelligent guy, and I want to hang out with him. So now he's basically close friends with Max Carson and Vito the Pedo. And if you don't remember, I pointed this out every stream, but I'm going to point it out again, that Vito included himself, said, we, non-offending pedophiles, know it's not okay to touch children. And then clarified, yes, I mean we, non-offending pedophiles. And then Destiny, after associating himself with these lovely people, he's out there making jokes about fucking 10-year-olds on their bikes. And that's just okay with him. And this is while he's out, I guess, fucking around with trannies and shit. And it's just like, he's super gross. And sometimes he says things which are funny or agreeable. And it's like, I wish I could like you, bro, but you're creepy and gross and weird. And your brain's all fucked up and your shit's all retarded and you talk like a faggot. So we can't be friends. And I kind of think the world would be better off with you dead. I think that about a lot of people, but I have my reasons for Destiny too, which sucks because it would be fun to play games and shit with him. Not like StarCraft 2, but you know, like when Keffel says that he's like an avid poster on the forum, it would be fun to make games out of it. But it's like I just can't because he has to act like a creepy weirdo and he thinks it's super fucking funny to do it too. And that is the end of this. Of the Keffels thing. Not the stream. A lot happened this week, so we're gonna keep going. It's been 2.5 hours. I have more to talk about actually. Just gonna have to deal with it.